Josh DeLeon. I graduated U of H with a mechanical engineering degree. The engineering students have this ego because it is arguably the hardest degree that you can get. I figured I'll be okay, you know, like reality check hit me. I wasn't that special when I graduated.
So it was during COVID. It kind of was just started like a family fun project. We were looking for good cookies in the city. Growing up as a Vietnamese American, in our household, we didn't really have real desserts. Everything was made out of beans and coconut milk and rice. To us, the all-American experience was cookies.
I took a job with Southwest as a ramp agent. It's a very physically demanding job, and then I was lifting weights on top of that. The cheat meal part became ice cream for me. Money was definitely a limiting factor. Ice cream was more accessible to me, a little bit more affordable. That was my treat to myself every time. As a person with very limited diet, this was something that was exciting to me. So I just happened to eat a lot of it and started reviewing ice cream. You eat that much ice cream, you figured that you go ahead and go make it yourself. And that's basically how I got started making it.
We went around looking for good cookies and we just didn't find what we wanted, so we just started coming up with our own stuff. Chocolate chip by itself took 6 months to perfect. Getting a lot of people to taste your product, to really tell you the profile, if what they liked, what they didn't like about it. So it's just a lot of testing, just trying to figure out even simple stuff like oven temperature, how long to bake. People don't think there's that much into a cookie, but there's so much science into it. You know, what does baking soda do? What does baking powder do? You don't really know exactly what those products do inside of a cookie, so a lot of testing.
I never intended to start a business. It was just a very passionate hobby of mine. I was just making a lot of it, and my chest freezer and my main freezer was full of ice cream. I had to find a way to get rid of them. A coworker posted that I was selling it at work. That basically was an invite for strangers all over the place. One of my team members here, Jana, she was one of my first customers, and you know, she's working with me now. You know, between like making a lot of recipes from all the cookbooks that I bought and learning more about the science of ice cream, it took a while before I started being comfortable asking you money for it.
Pudgy is actually everyone's inner child. So everyone's inner child is always happy with the cookie in their hand. So that's what Pudgy represents. So it all came from there. Our cookies are thick AF, and the cookies, you can look at them and it represents that. It just all came together. I just wanted something fun and whimsical. Hopefully it attracts people, you know, and it relates to people.
I think just a lot of people was drawn to what I was doing, and the flavors that I was making at a time was very unconventional. I had a Google Doc that would update by itself. If I changed a number on there, that's when people saw the inventory. I would just like sit on Instagram taking orders through there, and then they would pick it up out of my house. When I moved into a commercial kitchen, we had a website and everything. The website couldn't handle the traffic, and it would just crash out. Squarespace just wouldn't work at all. That's where I figured I'd alienate people. So I would come up with like stupid riddles that's very niche, and you kind of had to follow me in order to know my sense of humor to get the time that I'm going to drop. I would use an Usher lyric, like, let me take you to a place that's nice and quiet, and that's the only thing I would put on the Instagram. The first lyric of that song is 7 o'clock on the dot. That's kind of how that went.
Every week I'm in here doing test kitchen, working out a whole bunch of different recipes, seeing what works together, what flows together. You know, basically it's just my opinion, and I just hope everyone else agrees with my opinion. That's what it is. Like, everyone's restaurants and products is all their opinions. This is what they like, this is what they like to put together. They think it's good, and they just hope everyone else thinks it's good. The best cookie in Houston, I'll say it, the best cookie in Houston is the Bonanza Brulee. So it's a cross between a banana foster and a creme brulee. It has a pastry cream inside, and it's torched like a creme brulee on top. That is the #1 flavor. We have it every day. We don't switch that out. It was supposed to be a seasonal flavor, but it sold so well, and we had so much demand, we kept it on the menu. We started with me buying ice cream from him. That's how we met. I loved it. It was good. It was different. There was nothing like it in Houston that I have seen. I'm not even a huge ice cream fan, but I had heard about it. He was a food influencer. I tried his product out and I was like, wow, this is a really good product. And so that's when I came to him and I was like, hey, you have a really great product, try my product.
When I was doing my drops at the Black Labrador, she basically messaged me, I'd like you to try my product. I started a cookie company, and I think my main feedback to her was like, this is a good recipe, but I feel like you need to up your ingredients just to set yourself apart, because during COVID, a lot of people were starting their baking company. People were making sourdough, they were selling cookies out of their house. There was a lot of us that were hustling. I loved their product enough that I gave them a very honest feedback, and sure enough, next time I tried them, they were out of this world. I reached out to Van, seeing if they want to partner up or share a kitchen, and then sure enough, we started looking at spaces. The space we're in now was I think our number 3 pick. We decided on this one. I think it was right for us, and sure enough, we're making it work.
It just all came together. This was fresh and new to us. It's our first time, first brick and mortar. We didn't know what to expect. We were both very outgoing, flexible people. We don't really let a lot of things bother us. We're open books. So for us, it really worked out. Our personalities, our goals, it all just ran together.
Yeah, you can find us at undergroundcreamery.com. Sign up for text notifications there for our drops, or you can come visit Pudgy's, get some cookies, and we stock them with ice creams. Just come through. We usually have a lot of cool flavors here at Pudgy's. Follow us on Instagram for our shenanigans.